It's doing?
Lovely.
Peace. What's good, y'all?
Hey,
What's up?
Miss Shalina Ali,
Good morning.
and Mr. Fidel Verdine,
Peace. What's good?
and Miss Issa Njeri. Peace. And they're here to talk about a very special event that's coming up, a part of hip hop. Is that hip hop week?
It's right before Hip Hop Week, actually.
Right before hip
The
hop
week before. Yeah.
So tell us, what is this very special event that's happening down at the Marcus Center for the Performing Arts?
Well, I started off first, thanks for having us. Appreciate it. Y'all holding it down in here. I was listening on the way in. Y'all be doing y'all thing, as always. Just got to give y'all props, bro.
Man, it's always great when your dad joins us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
appreciate that. So, TRUE Skool, it's Milwaukee Center for Transformative Creative Arts and Hip Hop Culture. TRUE Skool, TRUESKOOL.org. If you want to just look it up while we just building here this morning. The purpose of us being here is to uplift and amplify the upcoming Summer Park Jam. August 9th is the celebration being hosted at the Marcus Center for Performing Arts, right downtown, 929 North Water Street, as we were just talking about those things. This is a Saturday, all day, family-friendly, outdoor hip-hop culture festival, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. And there's going to be so much going on, so let's get into it.
Yeah, so what's going on?
Better question is, what isn't going on?
Okay.
I say we have everything. We have skate parks, we have fruit vendors, we're having a graffiti and breakdancing battle. We're gonna have a car show, just so much stuff that's good for the community to see and engage in.
So we talk about hip hop culture. We just celebrated, was it last year, before last? We celebrated 50 years of hip hop.
Yeah.
You all look relatively young, so I gotta ask, what is like hip hop to you?
Hip hop, honestly, if you asked me this like a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to answer you. But what I see it as now, thanks to TRUE Skool, is so much. Like hip hop is, I can't even really describe it. It's a part of me, it's a part of my community. It's everywhere I go, it's everything I see. It's my life.
Nice.
What about you?
That's the kind of response we want to hear from our young people. Issa did a great summation. Hip hop is a culture that raised me. I am young. I'm like, I think I've said this before. I'm more like hip hop's little sister. I'm in my 40s, so I'm not that young, but it is something that I got to observe and experience in more of a protective way. And it was really interesting having that particular point of view from my generational standpoint, and then being able to take the things that made me feel protected, that made me, that pushed me as an entrepreneur, as an artist in my community, to be audacious and to say, how do we pass those aspects on of the culture to young people in Milwaukee today? And we have alumni who are now in their early 30s, late 20s, and we're seeing them be established artists in the cities, being thought leaders in the city, educators, etc. So I think that for us, that is holding on to the narrative that hip hop really is about building the community and being problem solvers for the things that are going on.
I was there at the beginning. It's like the first, I'm going to use this because this just shows you just how evolved hip hop has become, right? The first song I heard, I'll never forget, I was at a college party and I'm listening and I'm hearing Chic, but people are talking over it. Now I'm from the Midwest. DJs always talked over the music. It drove me nuts when you're out east because you never hear the DJ, right? But I'm like, what is this? And then, like a lot of folk, it ain't gonna last, right? And hip hop has become what we started off as rap. I gotta ask you, Issa, do you know the story behind how we even got to use the term hip hop?
I was definitely told it before, but I have forgotten.
One of you two? No.
I'm going to hear your version.
Okay, here's my version, and there were several, but here's my version. I don't know if it was when there was some songs that was out, they started 1972, all the tapes that's on the streets. And so I don't know if a song hit the radio, and it could have been Rapper's Delight. That was the first big, rap song that just had great commercial success. And isn't it part of that hip hop? So dudes would go in the store, primarily dudes, say, man, where's that where's that hip hop? And that's how people just started. It's like in Milwaukee. What do we call Air Force Ones in Milwaukee? Dookies. So I had to ask, where did that come from? Right? We only, and there were two stories. One, there was some league over at McGovern Park, and these kids all had on brown Air Force Ones. Okay. But then somebody said, no, man, the reason why is because they the sugar honey iced tea. And when you think about it, Air Force Ones is Nike's #1 selling sneaker. And so that's why they said they were the joint. So like with the hip hop, and we got it, then we started, hip hop became everything. It became, I know you mentioned, you talk about graffiti, right? The artists, the break dancing, and I don't know if people still breaking, or is that like a nostalgic thing?
There's definitely breakers. We at TRUE Skool, during the after school program, we actually offer breaking lessons. So that's something you'll see a lot at the end of our sessions, a showcase of our students.
Breaking was in the Olympics last year.
Yeah, that's right.
For the first time
And
ever.
I didn't even know how they scored it, but I was watching it like, what? How you?
And it's been in the Olympics, just in the youth Olympics for
Right.
years. But then they elevated it to the national, international stage. But what you bringing up, Keith, is so exceptional about hip hop culture. Is it's a lineage, it's a continuation.
Right.
So as you tell the stories and you even offering the definitive moments of phenomenon, that's what hip hop is about. Every step of the way, being able to say there's a bookmark in our journey. And we could do that through this expression. Of course, a lot of other of our expressions, but this particular phenomenon that has accelerated and sort of captured the globe in a very short time. 50 years is a very short time.
But when you look at certain styles of music that didn't last, and I'm just saying music because hip hop is more than music, right? It's the culture, it's the dress, it's mentality, it's what you talk about. I mean, it's all those things. May I ask what your ethnic background is?
Sure. I am Mexican and Pakistani.
Okay. So I wonder what it sounds like in Mexico. But, all over the world.
Yeah.
Spain, Africa, right? You talk about breakdancing. The breakdancing team I saw was from Japan.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's a global culture.
It is a global culture. And who would have thought that? And then it's kind of interesting in terms of how, as descendants of enslaved Africans, that it wasn't necessarily those of us who were in the States. A lot of those early folks were West Indian. And you look at a lot of the early hip hop artists, they were West Indian. And so that, yet it was still African, right? But so it really has, when I kind of go back, and I know that hip hop has been around for a minute, because now you got people doing nostalgic tours, and you go to a hip hop show with some of the old school, and they can't breathe anymore. So the crowd is doing all the work.
That's more of these new guys. I don't know.
You said the new guys?
Yeah,
Man,
the OGs that you see out here, they polished,
Right.
refined. I'm talking, I don't know what shows you've seen. I don't know. But the show we got coming up is going to be fun. It's iconic.
Iconic.
Pioneering.
Man.
They call them
man.
a hip hop heritage group because it came this far. And you're talking about EPMD, Eric Sermon, and Paris Smith, and the legendary DJ Scratch. We talking about Grammy award-winning legendary artists, producers, phenomenal work. I mean, their work speaks for itself. And so it's going to be a moment, and we're really excited. And we bring in, a lot of the local artists, Milwaukee artists that's bubbling out. It's going to be a crazy experience Saturday, August 9th. And it's downtown's free outdoor experience. And we uplifting those fundamental elements of peace, love, unity, and having safe fun. That's where hip hop was originated from. And so all the generations get a chance to be involved with this. We always say the old school and the new school is TRUE Skool. TRUESKOOL.org. You can go there and find out more information about the organization, how you can join the movement, get involved, get your young people involved. As Issa explained, there's an after school session that happens in the fall and the spring. And this summer session that we've been embarking on, which Issa is a CEO paid intern part of this summer session. And I'm so proud of you for being here and representing. And we're able to bring what we do year round to the whole city, an outdoor free experience for the community right downtown, so we can add the balance. That's what hip hop is about. If we want to see that change, we got to be that change. This is an opportunity. We can say, okay, yeah, we can come out there and we can bring our babies. We can have fun. We can do the essence. We can enjoy some great street art outdoors. We can enjoy some great breaking performances, battles. People come from all over the Midwest for the Summer Park Jam. And it's our 8th year doing it. And we go big shout out to the Market Center for supporting and holding us down, and all of our supporters and our sponsors. It's so many to name. I don't want to leave anybody out, but it's going to be an exceptional experience for the whole family. And as Issa was saying, there's a lot of different aspects to the event. Vendors, there's going to be all kind of different market spaces for you all. And it's an open table DJ tent for all the DJs out there. You want to come out and jam? We got a whole table, a whole tent where it's going to be open tables. You know how they have an open mic? Open tables for the DJs. DJ culture is crazy in Milwaukee. The breaking culture in Milwaukee is well known around the world. The Milwaukee breakers go around the world and take trophies. Just like poetry is internationally known right here in Milwaukee. DJ culture right here in Milwaukee, internationally respected. So hip hop is about being able to uplift our jewels, pour into the gifts of our young people, you know, and so we can be able to have these generational conversations and have our OGs that's still out here being able to pour productivity and positivity and opportunity into the young people. It's for all of us.
Shalina, you said your art. What is your art?
Photography and poetry.
Okay.
Business.
Okay. Issa, what's yours? I know besides chill, you just so chill. Is she chill, man? She's just so chill.
Well, I'm a visual artist. I'm an MC and also a musician.
Okay. What instrument?
Can you say that again?
What instrument? Guitar?
Mm-hmm.
You say nice. See more women becoming DJs now. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a real good thing, and good. I mean, it is not. They ain't out there. They ain't charity. They serious.
Yeah. We have some of the best right here in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
That's right.
Can I ask you, how long have you been playing guitar?
Ooh, I've had my guitar for a minute, but I've only really started playing ever since I started TRUE Skool, which was the fall 2024
Okay, so you've been a
after
year.
school session.
That's nice. Okay. Yeah.
So what was the genesis of this idea, TRUE Skool?
Hold tight.
Actually,
The genesis of TRUE Skool, you wasn't even born yet.
She's got her own genesis of TRUE Skool. So
Her genesis at TRUE Skool. Yeah, how did you find TRUE Skool?
through Summer Park Jam.
Mm.
My uncle took me to the Summer Park Jam,
Oh, you
and
didn't know that?
I met Shalina, and she was talking about how cool TRUE Skool was, and I was like, I need something to do. So I came here, and I discovered so much about myself. At first, I was just sticking to visual arts, but I discovered that I really like emceeing. I like rapping. I love poetry. So to be able to find a part of myself through this is just amazing to me.
It is, when, music with lyrics is obviously poetry, the lyrics of the poetry. I always, and maybe, I don't know if it's misapplied, because when I talk about certain songs I've heard, I was like, man, the poetry in that was just incredible. It is poetry put to music, and to be able to pull that off and then to be thought-provoking. It shared a lot. I know when they were going after NWA and Ice Cube made the comment, he said, look, we're only reporting what we see. And that's uncomfortable for folks, but we do have people out here who are struggling with drugs. We do have people out here. This is our environment. We're just reporters, right? And for a bigger world, and I know how American culture works, right? That once you become almost mainstream, so now when you're in an elevator and you might hear a hip hop song, that just shows, I think you used to kind of alluded to it, how ubiquitous hip hop is. You people are selling everything, and now you're using hip hop to sell things. But I think the culture is really important in talking about the history,
because it connects us to our lineage.
right? Okay.
It's a gumbo of everything. So we want everybody to come. Everybody free to the point downtown Saturday on this night. DJ Scratch, and we have, I said DJ Stretch and DJ Scratch, because Stretch will be there as well. A whole bunch of host of great Milwaukee artists, creatives. It's gonna be amazing.
So let me thank Mr. Fidel, Bernine, Miss Shalina, Ali, Chris Keeson, and Jerry, all of the TRUE Skool, and we're talking about hip hop legends will be in the city this weekend.
Next year. I really like that.
Some days.
Yeah, they like to
Tell us, hey, my rejoinder, see who's the host of this program.
Yeah, best listeners that we